I was really interested to find that Axios had put together a list of student athletes with what they might make with their name, image, and likeness based on their social media followings, right? So in looking at this chart that they put up, Sam Ehlinger is at the top of the list as University of Texas quarterback. That dude's always going to be in a catbird seat as the quarterback of the most money program in all of college football. That said, with his combined Twitter and Instagram follower count of 197,000, they say he stands to earn $3,296 per post with a potential earnings of $962,000. That's more money than Mike Stoops got paid in 2017. Okay? Next on this list is Jamar Chase at 280,000 followers on Instagram and Twitter combined. They say he can make $6,294 per post. Far and away, the most of any player on this list in light of him being the returning Biletnikoff Award winner, wide receiver for the LSU Tigers, who haven't lost a game since 2018, right? 2018, right? So looking back at Trey Jones at guard at Duke, 384,000 combined followers across Twitter and Instagram, $5,562 per post, $250,000 per post. Continue to go down this list. Cassius Winston, 164,000 followers on Twitter and Instagram, $2,201 per post, a total of $119,000, or a little bit more than he probably would make in the G League with them changing their rules. DJ Uyunglele, the true freshman quarterback for the Clemson Tigers, could stand to make $3,000 per post with 140,000 combined followers and $81,000 in a year where he's not going to be the starting quarterback. Remember that. This is a year in which he would be still backing up Trevor Lawrence. Morgan Hurd could make $40,000. Riley McCuster could make $43,000. And on down the line, Cade Cunningham, that Cade Cunningham, just outstanding basketball player, is going to play at Oklahoma State. He could make $32,000 this year, $3,603 per post with his 150,000 combined Twitter and Instagram followers. I find this to be most interesting, though, if we take into account what Spencer Rattler could mean, because he dwarfs everybody but Trey Jones in Twitter and Instagram followers with 47,200 followers on Twitter and a whopping 316,000 followers on Instagram, which is where he would probably do the bulk of his business. And if we're just looking at the math that led to Sam Ehlinger being that dude, you can easily see how Spencer Rattler could gross $1 million plus with his name, image, and likeness for what he posts on Twitter and Instagram. Now, think about what that could mean if he has the kind of season that puts him on the Heisman finalist list as a redshirt freshman going into the year for which everybody's going to be able to make money on their name, image, and likeness at the college football level. And knowing what that position has produced at the University of Oklahoma in the past 5 years with Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, and Jalen Hurts, knowing what Lincoln Riley has meant to college football and the intellectual explosion of offensive football, and knowing how charismatic Spencer Rattler is, taking into account of all the guys on this list, he's the only one that was on QB1 Beyond the Lights, which is a Netflix series that chronicles the senior years of high school quarterbacks who are going to go to big-time programs. There is a lot of value in Spencer Rattler being a billboard. And I ain't talking about for your Ford or Chevy dealer locally. I'm talking about Coca-Cola. I'm talking about GM. I'm talking about insert athletic wear here. What is it to stop, perhaps, right, Spencer Rattler from signing a deal with Nike that wouldn't go into effect until after his eligibility has expired? What's to stop him from taking on a highfalutin internship with any one of these companies where he might have a deal in place? This is the reason why the NCAA has been lobbying Congress with hundreds of thousands of dollars to try to get them to set up rules that are favorable, not just to their members, but to the largest of their members. Because the way that this is going, bet 2, 3, 4 years before you see the Power 5 break off from the NCAA. Bet 2, 3, 4 years before you see the Power 5 get together and say, all right, we got to come up with some new rules because the rules that we're using now are not just antiquated, they look laughable. We need to figure out exactly how we can still leverage what we have against what the kids can earn. Because we're even talking about college basketball coaches who are getting upset at the G League. Penny Hardaway used to make a great living as an AAU coach, right? Now he is head coach at Memphis, and what's he griping about? The G League coming to poach players that he would normally be able to go get out of high school. Same thing that, he used to do, and the same rules that he used to get James Wiseman into Memphis, but that doesn't seem to matter because it was working for Penny. When it's no longer working for Penny, then we got a problem. What I do enjoy, though, is that both Joe Castiglione and Lincoln Riley are on the same page about this, which is to say, everybody should be embracing this. This is where it's going. It is no use to try to fight it. Try to get out in front of it. Try to be a part of it. And as we said with the 2019 class, ride the wave. We've seen the University of Oklahoma be at the forefront of this with branding, providing logos for their 2020 class. I can't wait to see what that 2021 class logos look like. We know that some of these kids are already putting them into use. Check on 2020 linebacker, incoming true freshman Brendon Walker out of OKC McGinnis. His Twitter profile will have his logo. Because the branding matters in a way that it never mattered before. And as much as it's going to offend your traditional sensibilities, think about all the things that used to offend your sensibilities that are now regular. Think about all of the things that you just had to go along with. So many folks who told me that they would never get a Twitter account are now on Twitter. Why? So they can be a part of the conversation because they got tired of seeing it scroll across the bottom line of their television screen or me telling them about what happens on Twitter. They want to be a part of this thing. I see it going that way. I don't see how you can really sit it out because there's only a certain level of privilege that goes into being able to sit out technological innovation. Right? You have reached an age in your life where you no longer have to bother with it. Cool. But while you're not bothering with it, we're rewriting the rules using these tools. Hello? Internet. Gonna be here. Has never been faster in the age of the virus. Has anybody kind of put that one through? We've seen the launch of Quibi. We've seen the launch of HBO Max in a pandemic. At a time when people are still saying that they cannot make money, and there are many people that can't, we have seen that the folks that are able to either weaponize their tremendous catalog, Netflix, anybody, or come up with premium content or new content, you've been right there with them, looking for some way to be entertained. Hell, Mayberry and I have been uber wrestling nerds because it's on television. This is a time for which I would normally be talking about the NBA playoffs, yes? Maybe a little bit of Major League Baseball, yes? No. Right now, what can you give us? And what you can give us in the form of marketing, where you can put your product in front of people and say, oh yeah, by the way, I got this from there. It's a big deal, man. It's a big deal. Watch a quarterback. Then watch the rest. Creed Humphrey, watch him. Right? What could he be worth in a year in which he, again, is supposed to go in the first round? And then with this 2021 class, we're going to be true freshmen. The Caleb Williamses, the Travion Hendersons, the Kyle McCords, the Marvin Harrison Juniors, the JT Tuimalaus, the Emeka Egbukas. Watch them. Watch closely. All right? It's going to be fun. Glad you're here for the ride.